Brad DeRoche. Welcome to my series on becoming a better sight reader. This is lesson number 1. In today's lesson, we are going to learn the notes in the low register of the guitar and just the natural notes and only letter names, strings, and frets. We're not going to be dealing with music notation today. We'll get to that in another lesson later on. For today's lesson and for the next handful of lessons, you're going to need this sheet that I sent to you. If you don't have a copy of this sheet, please contact me and I'd be more than happy to send it to you. It's a very simple PDF, single page. Here's what it should say up at the top, the notes on the guitar in 4 registers, and it's just basically a very simple grid showing the natural notes on the guitar. Now, I want to take just a moment and explain this grid. It'll save us some time later on in the other lessons. What I've done here is I took the notes on each string, you can see here first string, and I put them on one staff. So all of the notes on the first string are here on this staff. Only natural notes. Again, I skipped sharps and flats. Then what I've done is I've broken them into 4 different registers: low register, middle register, high register, and very high register. Okay, so what we are going to do is to learn the notes as a group in one register. So 1 string, 3 notes most of the time, and all in one register. Today we are only going to be dealing with the low register. Now I like to start on the lowest string, so we'll learn the notes on the 6th string first, then we'll move up to the notes on the 5th string, then the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. All right, so we're just going to go up and down this low register column right here. We are not going to be dealing with the middle, high, and very high registers today. Those will come in a later lesson. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now you can also do this without the sheet. It's pretty simple. What we're going to do is try to attach letters to specific frets on a string. Okay, so it's like this. If we start on the 6th string here and we play that note, that string open, which gives us the note E in a normal tuning, the next note that we would play would be F, and that's on the 1st fret, followed by G on the 3rd fret. So very quickly again, when I look at this sheet, what I've got here are 3 notes in music notation, and underneath them are the letter name and the string number. So the first one says E with a 0 underneath it. We can think of that as an open string. So E open, F 1st, G 3rd. Okay? So when I play them, I'm going to say E open, F 1st, G 3rd. And they're all on the 6th string. Then after that, I'll move up to the 5th string and so on. So here it is. Here's the way you'd want to practice this at home. Just go slowly, do them 1 string at a time. E open, F 1st, G 3rd. Then move up to the 5th string. A open, B 2nd, C 3rd. All right. 4th string, D open, E 2nd, F 3rd. 3rd string, 2 notes, only 2 notes on the 3rd string. And you'll see this is always happens with this grouping. 2 notes are G open, A 2nd fret, followed by the 2nd string, which is B open, C 1st, D 3rd fret. 1st string, E open, F 1st, G 3rd. Now you might notice I'm using my little finger, my 4th finger, but I am still just playing the 3rd fret there on these top 2 strings. I like to use my little finger as much as possible. Needs all the help it can get, so I try to train it as much as I can with these exercises. So I like to do that on these higher strings, and on the lower strings I use my 3rd finger because it's longer and can reach more easily to the low strings. Anyway, a little technique tidbit. Okay, so what we just did is we ascended through all these notes, E open, F 1st, and so on. And now what I would like to do is to descend. By descending, we remove some of the natural inclination to say the next letter without thinking. Because we've learned our ABCs so well from the time we were kids, or at least I assume you did, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the next letter just automatically comes out. But when you go backward, you have to think a little bit more. And by going slower and thinking a little more, sometimes I find that it helps to embed those notes in our memory just a little bit better. So make sure you do them descending also. And so descending would look like this. You would start on the highest note, G, on the 1st string. It would be G, G 3rd, F 1st, E open. Then move to the 2nd string, starting with the highest note again. D 3rd, C 1st, B open. third string, A, second, G, open. Fourth string is F, third, E, second, D, open. Fifth string, C, third, B, second, A, open. And finally the bottom or sixth string, G, third, F, first, E, open. All right, so we've done these in two ways, ascending and descending, and we said the letter name and the fret number. Now when you're going through, I suppose you don't really need the fret numbers after a while. This is just to get us started, just so you can know exactly which fret you're playing on. So it should be, after a little while, this. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then go backward. G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. Okay, so by going forward and backward, it really starts to embed the letter name with a specific place on the guitar. Now, there's one last thing you can do. You can randomly just jump to any string within the six. So, for instance, start with the fourth string, D, E, F, and then first string. Maybe you switch it up and go descending, G, F, E, and so on. You're just trying to mix it up a little bit to make sure that you really know the notes. That's all. It's pretty simple. Okay. Last thing, just a little bit of information. When we're doing these, all of the notes in one register, the way I have them broken up on this sheet, will fit into one hand position. So your first finger will play the lowest notes on each string, okay, in most cases, I think. And then try not to do any shifting within the register, okay? We can shift to go from one register to another register, but within the register, do not shift. So don't do this, okay? Try to use one hand position to play all the notes on that string. It'll help you in the long run. Okay, so that's it for today. Again, the objective was to learn all of the natural notes on each string in just the low register. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. And so that you can very quickly look at a note and say, I know that's an E, fourth string, second fret. All right, so your objective is to learn them and to be able to very quickly say them and to be able to think a letter name on each fret. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next lesson. Cheers.